Hey, what's up everybody? Popo here. I'm glad to be on the channel. If you're new to the channel, my main thing is MPC, and I go over tons of different fun ways to make music with it. Tons of tips and tricks, and I don't mind answering any questions just if you leave them in the comments. I try to answer back as fast as I can. Today what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different. It's extremely fun. I had somebody ask me, how can I remaster my song in the MPC? And it's a lot easier said than done. So today I'm going to show you the recipe to put all of your stems back into the MPC. What I'm saying is, like, if somebody comes to you or you hear somebody that doesn't have an MPC and they're like, dude, I have the stems for this, and you're like, wow, I could run those through my MPC track by track and really put a hurt on it, you know. You can make it really beef it up a lot with the MPC. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with this thing. So we're basically going to be taking somebody else's stems, putting them in the MPC and remastering them. It's already sequenced out and everything. He just wants it tweaked out a little bit different. I want to show him that I can put different effects on his vocals and this and that. And I'll show you guys how to do it too, because it's extremely fun. And it's a little tricky, so that's why I want to make a video about it. Again, if you guys have gone to my website, 8barbeats.com, and you purchased the elements or the Model D bass expansion packs, I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can also leave I have a little message thing on the site where you can just leave a message there. You don't have to email me, you can just leave a message there and it comes right to me. So let's jump right in here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I got the stems right on here, and all we're going to do is put them in the MPC, and I'm going to show you how to trigger them, add effects, and the rest is up to you guys. But it's extremely fun, so let's get right into it. Cool, so again, this is all going to be in standalone mode. So I just plugged in the hard drive. You can use a USB stick, or you can use your SD card in the front. I'm using this. It's the same as an internal drive. It's an external one. So I hit empty project, and I'm going to hit browse because I want to find my samples. Up here I'm going to go to places. My internal drive is named Oboe Drive, and this is my external one. So I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to find the folder that I want to load. Inside this folder, it's got all my stems. If I select the right folder, it's got all my stems that I want to work with. So I'm going to load the whole folder. I'm going to hold down shift and hit load all. Okay, so now it's loading up everything, and I hit main, and all I'm going to do is go here. So this is the most important part. Okay, hang on one second here. Alright, so guys, this next part is pretty important. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is go to my assign samples. I hit down here, I hit assign samples. What we need to do, what you need to remember, this is how you do this, okay? I'll explain later, just trust me on this, alright? For each sample that you have, you want to treat it just like a kick, a snare, a hi-hat. Eventually you want it to be on its own program, on its own track. You want everything to match up. I can't stress that enough. Here we have 10 samples, so that means I'm going to need 10 programs, follow me, and then we're going to need 10 tracks, because I want to be able to have these tracked out per track. This is how we do this, okay? Just follow along. I'm going to hit main. First thing that I'm going to do is make 10 programs. I know I have 10 samples because I counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. Alright, so just follow me on this, alright? So we got our 10 samples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright? Before I assign anything to anywhere, like I said, I have 10 samples. I need 10 programs. So I'm going to hit this plus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I want each sound to be on its own program. Okay, we're not doing audio tracks, we're doing samples. So if you want to grab a horn from one record and a bass from another record, a keyboard from another record, and tune them and pitch them up and down so they're in key and have them all go at the same time, this is how you do it. So again, like I said in the beginning, if you have 10 samples, you're going to need 10 programs and you're going to need 10 tracks. So we have the 10 samples, we have the 10 programs, now we have to have 10 tracks. You want each program to match the track. So 1, 1. Come here, check it out. Track 2, program 2. Track 3, program 3, and so on. We're just going to keep doing this, alright? Track 4, program 4. 5 to 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10 to 10. Alright? Now we're all ready. We have 10 tracks, we have 10 programs, we have 10 samples. Alright? So now when you hit play, nothing happens. No meters move or anything. So we need to trigger each one of those samples, okay? And we need to trigger them to start at the beginning of the sequence. Like I said, this is a song that's already been mapped out. This is a song that's already have its own rise, mids, breaks, and falls, and intros, and whatever. It's got all that stuff. All I'm doing is adding effects. So there's nothing playing, right? So what you have to do to trigger these samples, you have to assign each sample to each program. And what we're going to do is assign each sample to A1, which is this pad right here. I'll show you. Check this out. Alright? Assign sample. Program 1, beat. I have this button over here, the up, down, left, right arrow. In the middle is a blank pad. You can just select it and it puts your sample on that pad. You can double tap it however you want to do it. Make sure it lights up on the right pad. See, it's not on that. We want it on A1 right there. For program 2, you go down. Program 3, go down, and make sure each one, 4 to 4, it's my 4 sample, my 5th sample, and so on. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just an easy way to remember. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes you'll put the same sample on the same pad, not this way. You just count it out. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool? So now, all of our programs have different samples on A1. 9 on A1, mic 5, mic 4 on 8, mic 3, mic 2, mic 1, guitar, the name of the beat, the main beat, and the other beat. So now you have things moving around. Right now, it's set for 8 bars. A typical song is set for about 64 bars. So we're just going to switch this up to 64. This way it plays the whole song. Check this out. This is let me run through what we did. So we grabbed the stems from our buddy and we loaded them up USB into the MPC. After that, we went to browse, we hit places, we located the drive, we hit shift, we loaded the whole folder. We saw all of our stems in the sample assign. We counted them. There was 10 of them in there. So then we made 10 programs, and then we assigned each track to its corresponding program. 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, 5 to 5, all the way to the end of your however many samples you have. Is how many programs, how many tracks. It's got to match. If you have 12 programs, 12 tracks. And then we went to assign samples, and per program, we got these all starting on A1, okay? And that's all we did right now. Nothing's going to happen if you push play right now, because the samples are set to go off on A1, but yet you have to trigger them all, okay? And we're going to trigger them all to go off on the first beat. This way, when we hit play, the whole song plays. And then after that, we'll go to our channel mixer and start adding effects and having fun, all right? So again, just follow through with that. Just find your sounds, assign the samples. After you assign the samples, the number of samples is the number of programs. The number of programs is the number of tracks. Each track has to have the corresponding 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, all the way to the end of your samples. After that, we're going to hit step sequencer. This is the last step to get everything to play, because right now nothing will play. They're all on A1, but nothing's going to fire. So let's get them to fire. So all we're going to do right here is go track by track, okay? I'm going to go hit my step sequencer. The step sequencer right here, or you can hit menu, and your step sequencer should be somewhere down here. Blah, blah, blah. Step sequencer, right here. I always hit my button for step sequencer. Right now it says track 1, which we have our first sample on. Track 1, pad A1, and it's off. We want it to fire at full blast. We want that full velocity, okay? And the same with every other track you go to. Remember, track 2's got program 2. We want that to fire off A1. Now our sample's gonna play. Track 3, every single track that you put, which we had 10, all need to go to A1. Because this pad represents A1. You want to fire full blast. Just touch the screen, it'll fire full blast. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright? So now, when you hit play, boom, it starts that triggers that sample. Alright? So now, what you can do, look at it. We got all these tracks, right? We got all the tracks. And then if you hit your channel mixer, your different programs, now when you hit start from the beginning, it won't work. If you're right here, see this little white line? Little bitty white line here shows that it's on like A2 or A3 right now in the step sequencer. If I hit play, nothing's going to play. Well, now the point is it has to be at the beginning of the sequence because it's on A1. If I hit stop right here and I hit play, nothing's going to happen. Those meters will not move. Watch. Because I'm around, like, in my step sequencer, I'm way past A1. A1 is at the beginning of the sequence. So we're just going to go hit start. Okay, start. And or you can hit play start. And when you hit play start, now you can go through here. I'm not going to play the song. I just want to show you guys that this works, because it's a song that I'm working on. But right here, I can go right here and go ahead and start adding effects. One thing that you want to do is make sure that you turn it to 64 bars, because the whole song, or whatever length the whole song is, you want to just take your bars and turn them to 64 is what I usually do. Now I have all my tracks, got all of my mics, everything there, and I can go ahead and start being creative and adding effects and having fun and remastering somebody else's work. And I think the cool thing about that is that you can go and say, hey, I can take your stems and put them in my MPC and do that. Or if you are a big sampler, you can go ahead and grab 5 different records now and have all of your different samples triggered at the same time. All you got to do is pitch them up and fit them in the melody, and you're good to go. Guys, I really hope that that helped. If you're doing a workflow like this, I thought I would share this. And yeah, just leave a like on the video if you liked it. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. And I hope I was thorough enough through this, because it's really, really a cool approach to the MPC. Like I say, a lot of people like to take their stems and drop them into Fruity Loops, or but I wanted to take the stems and put them in my MPC. Cool. Well, right on, guys. I'm Polypopo, and I thank you very much for coming to the channel. Anything I can do to help, man, don't ever give up. Keep on doing what you're doing, and definitely give this a try. It's super fun, and it's a good way to make a little bit of income, too.